Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay. So, what we've got is, I'm getting that this is an ex's mother. So, we've got someone is willing to go to war for you, then we've got mother, right? And then we've got overwhelming evidence, and then we've got you walked away. If I can't have you, no one can. So you could be an undercover investigator, okay? That's just for some. Feminine walks away from this mother's son, and they've got a mentality, if I can't have you, no one can. So we've got a lot of trust issues, past trauma or abuse. Then we've got false reports and false investigations. Then we've got stolen clothes, shoes, trainers supposed to be you. So some sort of identity theft, okay? False reports, false investigation, and this is like a karmic mother figure. So her son has that mentality. You walked away, so if I can't have you, no one can. And they've been filing false reports, okay? They think they're a 1% club or an outlaw. So they think they're like a 1% club. There's only 1% of these type of people in the world, but I'm getting outlaw. Blocked communications with them, so created fake accounts to watch you. So they're always stalking their ex. Always, 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 always stalking. So maybe this stalking has been going on for a long time, okay? And because they've got away with this for a long time, they think they're always going to get away with it. So this mother, this karmic mother figure, and this son has got involved in poison manipulation, venom manipulation, various toxins inflict negative effects upon target to cause total paralysis or even kill someone outright. Then we've got they worked with dark spirits. Now they've been haunted 24/7. And then we've got used identification such as birth certificates, social security number, opening like some sort of bank accounts, okay? Could be getting loans out in this name, okay? A lot of fraudulent activity, but again, because they've been doing these things for a long time, like credit card fraud, the lot, maybe even money laundering, okay? Opening up a bank account in their ex's name with their mother's help and other family members, then filing false reports on this person to scapegoat and divert the attention onto this person. Then we've got wants to trap you for life, trying to find dirt on you. So they're trying to dig up some sort of dirt, and because they couldn't find any dirt, they was false reporting in order to make this person kick out because, or kick off, because, well, they're chatting shit and paid for gang stalking. So this karmic mother figure, along with her son and several others, had paid for gang stalking. Plots, plans, schemes exposed. They're a set of compulsive liars, again, outlaw. They will try to plead insanity, and they've tried to, we've got wrongful imprisonment, they've tried to lock this feminine up by creating lies and false narratives because they want to be this feminine's handler. They want to be this feminine's handler. They've got conservatorship like Britney Spears because they want to be in control. They want to ruin this feminine's life. A brother is also involved, alright? And they got onto a hitman, hit woman on the dark web. Then they've been involved in character assassination, malicious and unjustified harming of a good person's reputation. They got involved in voodoo, hoodoo, root work, They're all getting their lovers to watch this femme for them. Then we got like wealthy man, so they could have took some sort of power of attorney and doing a conservatorship because they feel that maybe because they was with them before that they're always going to be theirs, you know. Then they've been doing some sort of shut up spells. We've got CID, FBI, CIA, feds are on to this. They're all starting to turn on each other. Maybe because they know they're going to be exposed. Yeah. They are going to be exposed. So maybe they know that they are going to be exposed because this situation has got way out of hand. And we've got 555. They was going on holiday resorts, on holidays, okay. Attempted murder. If I can't have you, no one can, and then try to bump. We got stolen birth certificates again, national insurance card, bank details. And with this conservatorship and this like Britney Spears, they've gone into like a bank and said, look, she's ill from poisoning, but they've not said that. So they've poisoned this feminine and said, look, she's ill and I've come to open up this bank account on her behalf and deposit this money into this bank account, and then they'd be shifting this money from account to account. So there could be several different bank accounts in this feminine's name. But if they'd done this to this feminine and they thought they was getting away with it, they've done this to several other people before. PIP could be significant. They could be on some sort of PIP or DNA. So much injustice exposed. So this mother figure, their husband is also involved. Then we've got nun, sisters, brotherhood, monks. So they're linking to some sort of a church. This mother figure, she wanted to be a wealthy woman, and her son, she wanted her son to be a wealthy man. So it is something surrounding taking some sort of wealth. Bullying you to get you to lash out and commit crimes. And I've pulled this 3 times now. Stolen birth certificate, national insurance card, number bank details, post and mail on this one. So they'd be stealing some post and mail also. You know, like bank statements to be like, yeah, this is her account, but she wants me to open up another account to deposit this check. They've all been on like video calls with each other. They cause such the mess. Stolen ID on dating websites. And then they are putting this feminine on dating websites and posing to be, and could quite possibly have indecent images of this feminine and uploading them to a website. We've got corrupt judge, lawyer, solicitor, police or attorney involved, alright? They're trying to justify their evil acts and deeds. They want power and dominion over you. So they want power and dominion over this feminine. But I'm getting that if they've done this to this feminine, alright, and that's brought them into the spotlight, okay, then maybe they've done this to several other people before and they've gone away with it, alright. So linking to other crimes of a similar kind. We've got a vile old man involved. They've been doing sex magic, like hussy spell, alright, so they want this feminine to be over-sexualised and make out like she's a hussy. So could have actually false reported this feminine, saying she's a sex worker, but I'm getting like account hacking to try and get indecent images or videos, okay, and then they're uploading them on these websites and monetizing off that without her knowledge. Trying to set you up in a fight to be outnumbered. Some in this connection could be involved in a car or bike accident. They've been caught on camera following this feminine. Fake court proceedings to create diversions and distractions. So setting this feminine up so she flips out, okay, and then everyone seems to be focusing on this feminine and pointing the finger at this feminine rather than what everyone else is doing around her, because they've been running her through the mill, okay? They've been playing a game of tug of war and trying to tug on this female. Five of Wands, competition, competing, and they're trying to tug things off this feminine. So I'm getting like snatching everything away from this feminine and thinking that they have a right because they've got corrupt law involved, okay? They've got corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys involved. But we've got a piece of the missing puzzle. Three of Wands, they were always looking to expand, okay? But they want it to be like finding a needle in a haystack. Finding a needle in a haystack. They wanted some sort of financial stability, okay? So they could spend it on like vaping, cigarettes, okay? They wanted this prosperity for themselves. So they wanted some sort of financial independence for themselves. So they tugged it all away because this mother figure, she wanted to be a wealthy woman, and this son of hers, he wanted to be a wealthy man. And they wanted to keep it a secret that they wanted to eat well off the back of this feminine. And they wanted a new beginning off the back of this feminine. Nowhere. They wanted to be able to have this like shower of abundance pouring onto them. So they brought about chaos. Okay. Two of Cups. Them and their lovers, their partners. Now we've got a foreign type of energy. They could have bank accounts in a foreign country. They could have got foreigners involved. Definitely some sort of like foreign bank accounts. Two of Wands. They was making deals with the devil. Okay. But the devil is here to collect. They was making deals with the devil. They was all defending each other while they was playing mind games. Eight of Wands. Like they've been whipping things up, like whipping up a load of shit, you know, whipping up lies. Whipping up lies. Could have even poisoned food, okay? Could be a chef or a baker involved, but whipping up lies. Surrounded, and they was defending each other, trying to trample all over this feminine and playing mind games. Playing a lot of mind games. Don't listen to them, call them a nutter. Eight of Swords, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. They collaborated. Then we've got a Capricorn energy, Devil energy. They're all very toxic. They made some sort of deals. They collaborated with the devil. Eight of Swords. But they're all going down for it. They're all going down for the level of criminal activity. They have been manipulating, lying to control the narrative because they wanted full control. Doing a Britney Spears conservatorship, maybe even forced power of attorney, because they wanted this wealth to go on shopping sprees, to go on a holiday. Alright. Causing so much drama with these malicious lies, rumours and gossip, and then just watching it go down. So actually sending these gang stalkers towards this feminine on a pack of lies. But these toxic men and women, they're very good at manipulating, lying and controlling the narrative. So you could already know the tea. Again, you could be an undercover investigator. It's game over. Private relationship. So one of these people in this connection was in a relationship with one of these corrupt law officials, a corrupt copper, a corrupt lawyer, solicitor, attorney or judge, and that's been revealed. That's why they was able to manipulate the court system and control the narrative, because they was in a relationship with one of these corrupt coppers. Fake apology. They just wanted to fulfill a fantasy in their own world, so there was like sexual favours for immunity, and then they're trying to ban evidence of this. Fake ass friends involved who was getting all promiscuous with these corrupt law enforcement. Fake ass friends. So quite a few fake ass friends. Alright. Contract with the devil has been broken. There's a little fly there. Contract with the devil has been broken, so it could have been some sort of contract killing, alright, and they wanted to spend a lot of money on drugs and deliberately rile this feminine up because they wanted a new beginning in their own world, but their bank account is under investigation, okay? 1 minute they have so much in their bank account, and the next minute they're out partying, throwing the cash around, okay, buying some drinks, you know, acting all whatever, blasé. Meanwhile, while they're out celebrating, they're still backstabbing this person, chatting shit, because they feel really insecure in their own world. So even while they're out backstabbing, alright, they've been getting recorded, partying, celebrating, backstabbing, alright, drunken confessions. Like they just wanted to get lippy. They just wanted to get lippy about this person, alright, and they just wanted others to help back them up with these malicious lies and rumours. Corrupt psychiatrist or psychologist involved in some sort of child abduction, so could have snatched feminine's children out of jealousy, out of spite, and got a lot of corrupt officials involved because they was really insecure, because these are the type of people who always go out, have multiple partners, alright, multiple sex relationships, are very toxic, but we've got a good judge who's working with Archangel Michael, who's going to be bringing justice. These good undercovers, they've been doing crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra blockages, heart chakra, solar chakra, sacral chakra and root chakra magic, because they want to ruin this feminine. What did I say? Sexual favours for immunity. So they're all going to be outed. And then what did I say? What did I say at the beginning? This masculine ex selling indecent images and indecent videos of his own ex, probably labelling her as a prostitute to these police officers, okay? And when feminine's gone under investigation, she don't want to hear these lies because she knows they're lying and they're doing everything they can to get lippy. So feminine could have stood up for herself at some point, which ended up in a police call out because, well, there's only so much you can take of this, of these lies. And then whilst she's flipped out and stood up for herself, extortion, obtaining something, money through force or threats, with a tug. Some of these people are getting rental cars with this money. Some of them have been getting cars, but you see with this tug, trying to tug and drag everything off this feminine, trying to tug and drag this feminine's child or children, okay, trying to outnumber this feminine, alright, stalk this feminine and snatch everything off her, but they have caused a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, because they view her as competition. And they think it's a game to be played, and this corrupt solicitor was smooching with this promiscuous bitch who's nothing but a compulsive liar. No way. Nothing but a compulsive liar. And 4 of Cups in the courtroom. Yeah. Put her under judgment. 5 of Swords. They wanted to bring conflict and just send this feminine down. Or when they played a lot of mind games and they're very toxic, they're very mundane. So feminine's probably even got locked up. But that was all orchestrated. And in this connection, they have connection to the bank. So they was trying to backstab and betray this feminine, and because they had pals in the bank, so they could open up bank accounts in her name and monetize off some sort of indecent images, alright? Connections to corrupt doctors, connections to corrupt psychologists or psychiatrists, with a death card, poison, and maybe quite possibly with the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, block the heartbeat to stop the heart from beating. So trying to put this feminine on medication to stop her heart from beating. And then they was out playing happy families with the 10 of Cups. So they've done this to an Empress. They was out, okay, playing happy families. We've got 7 of Swords, very sneaky, very deceptive, very heartbreaking, and they just wanted to play big man. And they just wanted to go out shopping, alright? But they're under judgment. There was lots of meetings, pulling up chairs. They invested a lot of time because they wanted to be showered with attention, alright? And there could be something with the 9 of Cups surrounding poisoning a cup. Definitely trying to poison, some sort of poison manipulation, and trying to stop this feminine's heart from beating. And then they was all making deals, alright? 4 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. They was all romanticising and fantasising about constantly hacking into this female's laptop or devices, okay? And anytime she was asking for help, there was no help out there because there was a lot of people involved. A lot of people involved. That's why they've tried to burn some sort of evidence. So quite possibly corrupt laws being paid under the table to turn a blind eye while this feminine gets gang stalked to death. Or this big man type of energy. A backstabbing family. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. A backstabbing family who like to play a lot of mind games, and it's all orchestrated. They're always looking with the 3 of Wands in secret to get other people to work with them. Like an Asian type of energy who's sneaky, deceptive. An Asian type of energy, a foreign type of energy, maybe even African type of energy, because they are doing a lot of black magic. Them and their friends just wanted to buy their own property, okay, and get involved in drugs trafficking. Yeah, and time's running out for them. They're all getting their arses whooped. They're all getting chased down. This corrupt, backstabbing, treacherous family who just like wanted a downpour, shower of attention on them. That's what they wanted. A downpour and a shower of attention on them, but not nobody outside of their corrupt ring. Not nobody outside of their corrupt ring. Okay? Because they wanted to keep eating well. They wanted to keep going on holiday. One of these people could have even started, like, went on holiday, swimming with dolphins. Off the back of this feminine's web. And they was all keeping a promise to each other. Wow, yeah. Making a lot of bad choices. Drinking, okay, smoking, very toxic. Alright. All slamming each other, these fake friends, all slamming each other. All slamming each other. So they've all been on each other. They've all been on each other. They love total drama, these toxic group of people. And they love to trash talk people. Pillow talk, in the bed. They get in their feels and they just trash talk. Wow. Linking to, yes, game over for them. Okay, they're a set of copycats, so it could be getting done for plagiary and obviously all this identity theft. Set of copycats. Follow the leader. Gang stalking, gang affiliation, paid for, false reports, alright, but they've been caught stalking this feminine. And we've got someone who's willing to go to war for you, 26. Because I know this fem's talking the truth. They're getting rental cars, alright. They're running out of people to cover their backs. And we've got a murder plot exposed. Then we've got a landlord involved, harassment, filing false charges, illegal entry of property to put listening devices, spying devices and cameras so then they can watch this feminine and they're selling indecent images, videos, so when this feminine's getting out of the shower or the bath, they are watching and they want to watch this feminine at it and then making money off that, which is disgusting. Then we've got pink collar crimes, bookkeeper, clerks who steal money from employees, considered a woman's job, and maybe Eastern Star Lady Mason could be involved because she is well into this sex trafficking, sexual abuse videos uploaded to the dark web. So even watching this feminine get sexually abused and uploading that to the dark web, getting off on it, intuition. So they're trying to block this feminine's intuition off. Wow. Inheritance fraud, theft, Fraud Act, 2006, forged documents to gain control. And they wanted fame for doing sick things. So law firms are under investigation by these good law officials. They was copying this feminine's signature in order to claim assets. I'm getting this feminine, this Empress, has been praying a lot. Going on a spiritual awakening. Standing in her power. We've got purpose. And then Michael, safety and a good connection to the divine. A lot of wisdom. And so have these good law officials. Very intuitive. Okay. Also going on a spiritual awakening. Okay. They're very motivated into solving this long case. So I'm getting this feminine is very gifted. Okay, that's why they've tried to gain power of attorney and copy and paste her gifts, her skills, her talent, her work, but they've not got Christ's love, her creativity. I don't know. Trying to clear these toxic people out of their life, these toxic fake friends. They know they fucked up. They know they fucked up, but they continued to do this gang stalking and cause total drama out of jealousy, out of spite. And then they'd go out partying, getting pissed on up, and these undercover police officers, they was watching. these undercover, like CID, FBI, CIA, feds, what have you, these undercovers was watching it all. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they're going to get a hefty sentence. And we've got kidnapping, child abduction, even people aged 40 to 45 is involved. We've got cult ties, satanic cults, satanic sacrifices, devil worship. So they're all in some sort of satanic cult. Trying to follow you with guns to end you before you speak out. Trying to silence this feminine and others. Filing false reports. White collar crimes, security fraud, cybercrime, bribery, money laundering and embezzlement. So they're involved in a lot. There's overwhelming amount of evidence. I think I might have said that in the beginning. But there's an overwhelming amount of evidence. They have tried to get rid of some. And there's an informant in the group chat, video chat, undercover. So every time they was video calling each other, in between that connection, okay, there was undercovers watching all these video calls. Watching them get lippy about this feminine, okay, and spread lies about this feminine. So it's game over, okay. They could have even talked about copy and pasting this feminine's wear and taking this feminine's work on as their own. Even talked about this murder plot, alright, over the phone. Over the phone. What they have done is heartbreaking and gut-wrenching, extremely unpleasant and upsetting. And then again, another hitman, hitwoman energy. So that's a few attempts. So hitman type of energy, and then also poisoning. And if the children have been abducted, okay, their father was involved and they was doing separation spells between mother and child along with these corrupt judges, alright. So you could be taking down a gang, cult or coven and dismantle them. Or maybe this feminine's father was involved as well. Maybe this feminine father thinks he's some sort of king of the occult, okay. They're an abomination to the Lord Jesus Christ. Because they have no love for Christ, okay? Then we've got organised crime and then pulling money from all these accounts. We've got people aged 50 to 55 who have stolen real estate. This vile old man who's injustice after injustice after injustice. So many involved, it's going to be one long trial and all going to get guilty verdicts because there's overwhelming amount of evidence. Free, all the frees. And clearing these people off the street. Clearing all these people off the street because the world is going to be a lot of a safer place without these absolute psychopaths walking the street, because there's a lot of them involved. A lot of them involved. They're going to get raided, the ones who have drugs, okay? That's ordered by this good judge who works with Archangel Michael and these good undercovers. They was harassing this feminine from fake accounts to start arguments, okay? Harassing through some sort of phone calls, harassing through fake accounts, and then witness intimidation. And then we've got dark practitioner, dark energy worker, also involved. So it's going to come out about some sort of like ritualistic abuse. Yeah, they'll be arrested for attempted murder. Even these corrupt doctors, nurses, psychiatrists or psychologists who tried to poison some sort of medication. So they're all going to get life in prison for their sinister crimes. And again, if they've done this to this feminine and it's brought them under the limelight for this investigation, then what else have they done to other people and got away with? So then they could be linking again to other crimes of a similar kind, and because they thought they got away with it before and plenty of times before, they're going to get away with it again. But not this time. Their time is up. They're all getting life in prison. So much backstabbing. Maybe trying to poison Big Pharma drugs. Alright. Deliberately trying to get this Empress mad. Constantly getting lippy. Alright. Ugh. Great, innit? Constantly getting lippy. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, because they're a set of haters. They always have been. They always will be. And then they're going to stand in the court and go, oh, I'm really sorry. And think they're going to be able to get away with it all just because they've said sorry. But sorry's not going to cut it. For attempted murder and stuff like that, ruining someone's full life and trying to force control and getting involved in child abduction and poisoning and all this bullying from all angles and a shit to the black magic, I do not think sorry is going to cut it. And that's why they wanted to shut this feminine up. This is why they wanted to shut this feminine up. And they felt really insecure. And these corrupt coppers also wanted to shut this feminine up. So it's going to explode, alright? Because these corrupt coppers have been getting recorded as well, and they took money under the table, alright? So their bank accounts are under investigation. Some of these coppers are married, and they may even end up getting a divorce because they was just pissing it up the wall, spending it on side chicks. Pissing it up the wall, spending it on side chicks, manipulating legal documentation, and then they're going to go, oh, but I was really depressed, Your Honour. I just wanted to fuck this person up. I was really depressed and I was keeping a promise to one of these badass chicks who I was slamming behind my wife's back. I just wanted to help this badass chick. We fucked up the full life, the full career, and they just sat back, these corrupt coppers, and they was just enjoying all the malicious lies, rumours and gossip. And the police then, they didn't even want to apologise because they were just spending it on sex workers, fulfilling a fantasy. So basically they took money under the table to somebody else's wealth, alright, but they tried to end this feminine, alright, multiple times, and they just sat back and watched and found it funny and started burning evidence. So they don't want to hear that a full warfare is going down because they can't keep that a secret. No way. No way. They just wanted money to pay off like bills or what have you. Piss it up the wall. Yeah. And destroy this feminine. So again, you could be undercover investigator already knowing the tea that they're envious. There's some sex workers involved. Could be investigating them. And these fake ass bitches for friends who go, oh, I'm really depressed. So they could be on some sort of depression tablets. And then they go, oh, but I'm really depressed. And I just wanted all this money and I wanted to do all these sinister things. And then just be all promiscuous. Kick this feminine to the curb. And have multiple side pieces. And these side pieces think, oh, look, got loads of money, because they're really insecure and they thought if they had loads of money and loads of drugs and started popping people and putting icks out on people, then somebody had found that sexually attractive look. Ugh. But they're going to get destroyed in that courtroom, and you may know that, and then you may know that they're going to get destroyed in prison. Some of them because they're involved in sexual abuse, that may even come back round to them when they are in prison, and then they may get, you know, because I've seen that on documentaries where people like sexually abuse people, they think it's funny, and then when they get locked up for it, that happens to them inside prison. So then that might happen to them whilst they are in prison, because that's what they're into and that's what they like. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Sending peace on the night.